If I could remember it all, I wish I could. It was one of those you just kind of, when you're in the moment, you just play, and you just continue to go. I did expect them at some point. I didn't know when it was going to happen. I thought they might go for two a little bit earlier than the rules allowed, but they opted not to. I think but our guys just kept battling, kept persevering. What I loved about that game, it was the next man in. I didn't love this part, but I had a young man break his neck, Rawleigh Williams, who. To this day, as a head coach, that moment probably scared me the most of any time as a head coach assistant. I learned from Hayden Fry a long time ago to go out to my players when they're injured just to find out how they are, because you got a mom and dad watching either in the stands or in the stadium or on TV that want them to know that you're checking on their son, even though I'm not going to give any medical advice. But Rawleigh went down right by our sideline. I put my hands on his knees. I said, "You're right, my man, you're right." And he looked at me and said, "Coach, I can't feel my hands." And I remember taking a moment, and I froze up because I didn't want to touch him anymore, because I didn't want to cause anything. And then you realize that there's a moment here we're talking about, paralysis, life, death, something along that lines. They came in, they boarded him. Little did I know, after 4 overtimes I found out that he broke his neck. He had surgery that they said if he had moved, maybe a quarter of an inch in either direction while he was laying on the field, we might have died or been paralyzed on the field. And to have that moment in the middle of a 4 overtime game that you're talking about, that everybody wants that memory, and to have our team respond the way they did to a guy they love, that's when I began to feel we might have something. And that was right at the beginning of the 6-run stretch where we won 6 of our next 7. So great perseverance. Auburn played a great game. If you didn't care who won, it had to be a heck of a game to watch. And if you liked Arkansas, it was a hell of a game to watch. It's one of those I'm sure will last a long time.